If you want to save money on your trading card purchases, we have a promo link over at 50cards.shop. Enter the promo code ATNIGHT to get 5% off your order.
Happy day after 9/11, everybody. Welcome to Nexus Tangents, the bonus show brought to you by you, the patrons. I'm Atlas.
I'm Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
Oh, God. That was awful. That was...
Yeah, let's...
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's been 21 years.
Yep.
I think we'll be all right.
They can now drink. It can now drink. So that's fine.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. Well, at the time of recording this, it's the 21st anniversary of 9/11. So
true.
Which, it could happen here, which is like Robert Evans's like little daily podcast, usually about stuff falling apart. Talked about just the general mood and political response to 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very interesting hearing about it. I think that aired on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it was cool. I didn't really. It's not that I didn't know what was going on. I was old enough to know that towers had been hit and shit was fucked up. But I was, God, how old was I? 8 when 9/11 happened. So
yeah, that sounds about right.
So I didn't have the. It's called the 9/11 Cult. That's the name of the episode. But I didn't have the understanding of the world at large to really know how it was going to affect everything. Where were you guys?
I was in middle school.
Okay.
Yep.
They wheeled in a TV to turn
Really?
on the news.
God damn.
And they were like, "Look at this thing," and I'm like, "I don't know what's going on."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. And we basically did nothing for that whole day of school except watch the news.
Strange.
It was super weird.
So they just interrupted the class proper to be like...
No, they interrupt the whole day of school to just repeatedly watch the news. And
this was in Tennessee, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So basically we just did nothing all day and watched the news. As people were, like, oh my God, repeatedly.
The humanity.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
Which fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I would have been like 6 when it happened. I don't remember what happened in school, but I do distinctly remember like being at home watching cartoons and then they would interrupt it for like news about 9/11.
Fuck. I know. So like my teacher was British and a recent immigrant to the US. So she too knew at the time that like towers had been hit and shit was fucked up, but she's like, what the bloody hell are the twin towers? Like it just didn't quite register with her either. So we were looking to her for how to react because we're 8, and she's like, dude, I don't know. So strange. I think that like apparently that was the thing where just people in places where that wouldn't necessarily be targets, like it's not a big population center, things like that were freaking out too, like, oh God, they're coming for us next, and you're in the middle of Texas somewhere.
Gotcha.
So yeah, my parents were they kept a pretty straight face the whole time. Just my mom picked me up that day and she was listening to NPR and just like any other day.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like the day before your parents get divorced, where your parents are just like extra nice to you, and you're like, "What's going on here?"
There were many days like that when I was growing up.
I'm glad I could bring back some of those.
Oh yeah, always a good time. Except my mom let the mask slip more than she liked to. I think. On that.
You're like, something's not right.
Yeah, something's not right. So, yeah. It's definitely one of those things where you go, where were you when
Mhm.
when it happened? And I think like what's the next like equivalent of that? January 6th? Like where were you when
I'm
you
not even
found out,
sure.
like-
January 6th is mostly just like, come on.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I don't know. January 6th felt
it
not
felt
as relevant.
January 6th felt less like a, oh my god, what's going on to? Are you fucking serious right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
it's weird.
Mhm.
Well, I know a lot of the people that were there, got arrested and
Mhm.
imprisoned for some amount of time. Another thing I've noticed is that American attacks or tragedies or things like that don't have cool names. We just give them the date, right?
True.
No Bloody Sunday or anything like that. Just like 9/11, January 6th. Nothing really. Like, come on, guys, be
The
more creative.
stupidest insurrection of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
I still thought it was kind of funny. Like, funny in a way that's like, they all looked so confused when they got there.
Oh yeah, well, because they didn't know what to do once they got inside.
Like, we're going to do this thing, and then there's like no plan afterward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, all right, we're inside the Capitol. Now what?
We did
Yeah.
it.
Or the what was the cop that was like, no, go this way, and they're like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was that black cop where there's like that famous picture of him pointing like, go right, go over there. Yeah. And then just people going into congressmen and women's offices and just poking around.
Yeah. Someone did get shot, but
yeah. And then also the who was it? The guy who voiced Jimmy Pesto on Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
He was there for whatever reason.
I mean, not whatever reason.
Or he was there, but I just love the idea of actual Jimmy Pesto being there, and he like drags Andy and Ollie with him.
That episode will never happen. But whatever.
No. Just shit like that makes me laugh. I know it's like a national tragedy and everything, but I find levity where I can take it.
Yeah, but it's like the dumbest national tragedy we've had.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty dumb.
Definitely.
It's so hard to take seriously, at least for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I know. Sorry, go ahead.
It's one of those things like you read about it and you're like angry because they're like going to these lengths. But at the same time, like you see and hear everything that's happening and you're just like, these are the dumbest fucking people to ever mount an insurrection ever.
It's the John Mulaney bit where he says like having Trump as president is like having a horse loose in a hospital is so on point. Because Trump, whether you like it or not, is the funniest fucking president we've ever had.
He is something else. That's true.
There was a news story a few days ago where he tried to pay for his lawyer by giving him, and I swear to God, this is real, a horse.
No shot.
I'm not even kidding. Let me see if I can find the news story.
Oh my goodness.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
which is
respect
funny
it.
considering I just said horse loose in the hospital, right? So yeah, he doesn't intend to, but he is the funniest president we've ever had. Trump tried to pay his lawyer with horse. New York Times reporter writes in new book. Trump offered the lawyer who he owed $2 million a deed to a stallion, and the unidentified lawyer from a law firm that worked with Trump in the 90s visited the former president at Trump Tower after he refused to pay. Trump made some apologetic noises, or quote, Trump made some apologetic noises. Then he said, another quote, "I'm not going to pay your bill. I'm going to give you something more valuable," Enrich wrote per The Guardian. The former president then, quote, rummaged around in a filing cabinet and pulled out a deed to a horse supposedly worth $5 million. Jesus Christ.
That is awesome. That's great. You can't make this stuff up. That's awesome.
Yep.
I'm gonna run toward the baby incubators and smash them with my hooves. I got big fucking hooves on my horse.
That is so incredible.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry if I'm making eating noises. I've been up
Yeah.
since 7 a.m. this morning.
What are
I
you
was
eating?
also making eating noises.
I am eating pumpkin spice Cheerios.
Interesting.
Oh,
Yeah. Katie got them, and at first I made fun
I'm
of them,
not
but
shocked.
they're so good. Like I'm not I don't hate pumpkin spice. I'm just kind of indifferent to it, but like I might become a basic white girl. Yes. I can feel myself growing Ugg boots as we speak.
I see.
So if you see me start saying like more than usual because I'm Californian, that's why.
Well, I'm glad you're embracing your inner white girl.
Yeah.
Probably.
What do you guys got going on this week?
I have to write an exam, give an exam,
I have mandatory fun on Wednesday, and other than that, not a whole lot going on.
You have to listen to Weird Al's newest album?
No.
Wait, does he have a new album? Hold on.
No, but the
mandatory fun is pretty old.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just the last one he did.
Yeah.
Newest, not new.
I think he is currently in the process of making a parody, or just made a parody biography of his life.
Oh, that's
that
awesome.
he was in.
Yeah, he was in, but not himself.
Yeah, he was playing like the curmudgeon-y like music director.
Okay.
It looks great. I'm gonna see it.
Yeah.
So it's a biopic, or
it's a biopic, but like a parody biopic. It seems.
Yeah,
that's really cool. So I'm thinking like Dewey Cox. You remember that movie?
Yeah, I think it's like
Walk Hard. Yeah.
more vaguely more real than that. But
Okay.
But I don't know by how much.
Like Dewey Cox is more of a genre parody than anything else. This is literally of Weird Al.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Elijah Wood is Weird Al, which is also
oh my
great.
god, that's fucking fantastic. I have to see that.
Yeah. It's
Good
going to be
lord.
on some free service. I don't remember what it's called. I don't remember the names of any of these streaming services at this point.
Me neither.
Yeah, who remembers any of these streaming services?
I think they're trying to get you to pay every month without remembering that you have them.
That's true. But
that's the end game.
I think this one's free though, is like the weird part.
Oh, that's interesting.
So like maybe, but so I'll probably watch it.
Yeah, well, sounds like a good time.
Yeah, the last thing he did was mandatory fun.
Well, yeah, we're having a company picnic on Wednesday, and hopefully my car should be like ready by then because I have to go over to San Leandro because there are a bunch of people living on like either side of the event, so it's just like, well, people like in the city don't want to like drive out to further south to like go to the picnic, and people further south don't want to come all the way up to San Francisco, so we decided to go to San Leandro because it was 45 minutes in either direction.
Interesting. Yeah, so it's like across the bay onto the mainland and like south of Oakland.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. Sort of near Hayward. All right.
So, I could take Bart there. It's apparently close to the Bart station, but I'd prefer to just drive so I don't have to deal with it.
That's fair. Yeah, it's right near the Oakland. It's near, what is that, OAK, the airport? So that's at least, I just searched the city and not the actual address of the place, so it could be on like the edge or something. Who knows?
I mean, it's a public park. I can't imagine it's that inaccessible.
Yeah, but I don't know many public parks near LAX for example. So
True.
Oh god. So Katie's best friend got engaged earlier this week.
Okay.
Katie is annoyed for obvious reasons. I'm even more annoyed because I told that friend, and by extension, the boyfriend who proposed to said friend, that I was going to propose to Katie in November.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So they like one-upped me, and I don't know how to tell Katie that the cavalry's coming. But I can't give up the ghost, right? So what the hell am I supposed to do? She's just going to be like pissed off for 2 months.
Right.
It's the worst catch-22, and I'm gonna yell at that guy next time I see him because he knows he shouldn't have done that.
Well, were they already like planning something too, or did this just sort of happen?
This just sort of happened. He never like they moved in together, so it's definitely possible for them to have gotten engaged in the first place. But like, come on, man, you couldn't wait 2 months?
Well, then he would have had that problem, maybe, possibly.
No, if he just does it soon after.
Yeah, just do it after. Yeah,
You should have just coordinated it, done it the same day.
that would have been a good idea, but I don't know. I told them back in July, I think. Like I gave them a day. Right? I know exactly what day I'm doing it. It's in a safe location. The ring, I mean. So I have no way of changing it. I don't have a way to access the ring until that day.
So you're just stuck.
So I'm just stuck. Yeah, I've been outplayed. Even though I could, like, it wasn't even a play. It was just a plan.
You have
just stuck. Gonna have a good time for God, it's only we're like about a third of the way through September. Kill me.
I know, right?
We are, in fact.
So then what do I do? Just sort of live in the squalor?
Hey, what can you do?
Right.
That was kind of the whole problem, right? Is that there's kind of nothing to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So get ready for more stories like that in the next month and a half. Enjoy that.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, boyfriend problems.
Yeah, definitely. God, how's the school year treating you, Matt?
It's going all right. I am making it. This school year is a lot less stressful than previous ones for unknown reasons.
Are your students just more competent, or
that? And I'm working at night. I'm working at night less, so I feel like I have, but like on Tuesdays now. That's why we had to move it. But so I feel less like I'm at work all the time. So I think that's helping a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because when you have to work nights, it's just like feels like you're never not there. Which sucks. But yeah, that's the game plan.
Yeah. For me, it's just like I've been there for a year now, so it's coming around the time where I should be getting a promotion, which means I have to do like actual work and keep my like numbers up so that when they go look at me for the promotion, I look like a competent human being.
Right.
And it's just like, damn, that's so fucking lame. I have to actually like do things. Plus, just like when I started, it was still the middle of COVID, so I worked from home. But now, as things are starting to ease up, we're like back in the office once a week. Even though there's like no real reason for us with our duties to really be in the office.
That's how it usually is.
We have to go and check the mail, but the thing is, because we don't have an office in San Francisco, we're sharing with Oakland, which means, 1 week it's Oakland's turns to do the mail, and then another week we like swap off. So that's like even less reason to be in the office all the time. Because it's just like, okay, well, I'm the receptionist today. I'm just like answering the phones. Why am I in the office?
It's so infuriating when you work a job that could very easily be done from home, and you just like you can tell them until you're blue in the face, but it doesn't seem like they're going to change their mind.
No, because they want you in the office for reasons,
control reasons.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, thankfully there are no immediate plans to move to like more than once a week.
That's good.
I think they were thinking about doing like twice a week, and then there's like COVID, there was that weird like monkeypox thing, so they like stopped those plans. So in the near future, we're not moving to like twice a week just yet. But
how bad is getting over there?
It's not that bad. It's just like being in the office means you have to like act and work differently because there are just people around.
Gotta wear pants and shit. It's the worst.
Yeah, but also, you know, like whenever I'm on the phone, people can actually hear me now, so I have to like make a better attempt at doing things like properly in quotes. Because you know, when you're like at home by yourself, you can kind of like bend things not to like an extreme degree, but like just enough to make your life easier. But if your supervisor is sitting within earshot, then suddenly you have to do everything like properly.
True. That's true.
So yeah, that's like super lame, and just in general having to like actually like work and, you know, keep my numbers up is just annoying and stressful, which I know like I should be just doing my job correctly, but you know, my job involves like calling people and telling them to file their goddamn taxes, and half the time they don't pick up the phone.
I refuse. No, I'm just kidding.
Totally understandable.
Yeah.
You can't make me.
Oh yeah. That's like gonna be my next few days, is just like trying to keep my numbers up for the stats, but also like having to work on like delinquencies and stuff where people just don't pick up. So
doesn't the IRS mostly contact people through the mail?
We're not the IRS.
True.
And we do contact people through mail. But you know, if it's some like sole proprietor that you opened up 3 years ago and never filed any taxes on, you either like moved and just didn't get the letters, or you just like disregarded it as spam.
Makes sense.
So yeah, that's my current work. That's my current priority at work, is just like calling all these delinquent counts that I have sitting around and just telling them like, hey, you know, file within a week or I'm just going to cancel your permit.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way of doing it. Meat stick.
It's dope.
Yeah.
Very dope.
And then of course there's just like my standard work list, which still requires me to like call people, and one of the other tax techs is going to be out next week, which means I'm basically on the phone all week. Going through all of that, and in general just like not being happy about being in that job that hasn't really changed since last year. So it's just like every time I have to talk about like getting a raise or a promotion, I'm thinking about like, God, I'm gonna be stuck in this department for fuck knows how long. But also I've been too lazy to like make content for the channel. Yeah, I mean, making a random shit post at like I don't remember what fucking time it was last week when I did this. It was like 8 or 9. I spent like an hour Googling food.
Yeah.
To make a 6-minute shit post.
I mean, I thought it was funny. So that's me.
Yeah.
Need a sandwich tier list?
No. I mean, I could. So we have like meatball sub, chicken teriyaki sandwich, some sort of like cheese steak, and then I don't really like cold cuts, so you know, anything involving like deli meats is probably just going to be F tier.
Interesting.
I don't hate deli meats. Deli meats are like, they're not the best, but they're fine.
It's gonna get you a lot of enemies.
Yeah, probably, but I don't know. I just never like got into. I was just never into that. Like, you know, my mom would buy like the crappy deli chicken and like make me chicken sandwiches when I was a kid, and I never liked them.
I see.
So I don't know, just like deli meat sandwiches are just like not my thing.
There are definitely, you know, times where the like some bologna is like, for, you know, lack of a better term, bologna.
Yeah, I didn't even have bologna. I had like, you know, chicken breast.
I see. I'm not really sure. Like for a sandwich tier list, would you do types of sandwich or the stuff in the sandwich? So
it's types of sandwich.
Yeah.
So
but you have to like you have to like be reasonable about like overlapping sandwiches, right? Like you don't put like a PB&J within next to like, oh, but there's like different jelly, and like nobody cares.
Yeah, because it's almost limitless, right? Do you include heroes in there?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Trying to think of other stuff. Okay, a taco, which is funny because a taco is that same kind of like folded over thing, but that doesn't count as a sandwich. It's
legally not a sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, Subway's is legally not bread.
That's true. Yoga mats and too much sugar to be considered bread. I think that was Ireland that did that lawsuit, right?
I think so. But yeah, and then some dude in California sued them because the tuna wasn't tuna.
Yeah.
I don't remember how that one went. I don't think it went particularly in the person suing's favor, but it is something for everyone to meme about now, where like their bread isn't bread and their tuna isn't fish.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Quiznos was the better of the two, and somehow it didn't survive for whatever reason. It's a shame.
I mean, there was like the weird Quiznos ads, which like may or may not have like affected things, but I've also like never really eaten at a Quiznos. I think like probably just there were more Subways around too.
Yeah, it just slowly overtook it.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be a Quiznos like on the street level from where my dentist was, because my dentist was in an office building.
Mm-hmm.
So I would usually go down there after going to the dentist, but it's closed now, and instead there is Fat Sal's up the block. So every 6 months, I decide to absolutely destroy my insides. Fat Sal's. Have you guys ever eaten there?
No.
Okay.
Well, obviously.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But the whole deal is that it'll be, beef or chicken or whatever. But they'll have other stuff in there that doesn't necessarily go in a sandwich. Like they put the fries in the sandwich.
That's not that special.
Yeah.
And then eggs and like they're freaking gigantic, and it's one of those things where if you eat one, it's like a thing. You gotta eat the sandwich and then take a nap, or it better be the last thing you do that day. Or just don't expect to go do anything else. Because you're just like, all right, fuck everything. I need to, I don't know, listen to this podcast and just not move. You have to hibernate after eating Fat Sal's.
Jesus.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Yeah. No, it's great for like after a breakup or something. Or just like you had a bad day and you're like, fuck it, I am going to nuke my insides. Fat Sal's.
Well, whatever gets the job done.
Slogans. Yeah, definitely. I remember you mentioning, what was that, like a drink special at some bar?
Yeah. It was back when I was in college. So this was like a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
There was a place that would have like 99-cent beers at 9 p.m.
That's right.
And they had like their own like microbrews and stuff. But the real day you went was Wednesdays because it was also $5 burger.
Yeah.
So
that's the good shit.
For $6, you get a burger, fries, and a beer. And it's like a pretty sizable burger too.
Yeah.
So
always slacking. It's like way better than the $5 milkshake. Take that, Pulp Fiction.
I mean, at this point, $5 milkshake's cheap.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's just like normal now.
God, it was definitely funny watching Pulp Fiction. Katie and I rewatched it recently. And they're like, "God damn, $5 milkshake." I was like, "Yeah, god damn, $5 milkshake." What's your point?
It's like every milkshake now.
Yeah, probably. Thanks, inflation.
I know. I went to In-N-Out just for a milkshake the other day, and it was like $4.50 something. It was ridiculous.
It's like more expensive than the burgers.
Yeah, admittedly, it was a large, so like where they do it in like a fountain drink cup where it's big, but
yeah.
Still.
Did you get only one flavor, or did you do
Neapolitan always?
Okay,
best flavor. Yeah,
really, just making sure. Some people are weird.
No, strawberry is kind of gross by itself, but in Neapolitan, it's good.
Yeah, it's a little too much strawberry when it's by itself.
Yeah,
and there's only so much fake strawberry flavor I can take.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm like a fat piece of shit, so I'll eat anything. But like,
we're all
not
pieces of
anything.
shit. All three of us.
True.
Yeah.
But I still want things to taste good.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things to do is feel like I look good today. Like, oh, maybe I'm losing weight. Weigh myself and then realize, no, you have not lost any weight, you fat piece of shit.
Right?
Hell yeah.
See, I just watch like Reddit videos about r/neckbeards, and then I'll be like, I should probably get back on the exercise bike.
Yeah. The heat wave finally broke in California, so I can start walking to work again.
Nice.
Yeah. It ended with rain.
Sounds usual.
On Saturday. And I basically turned into Andy Dufresne at the end of Shawshank, where he comes out of the sewage pipe into the rain. Literally, me in my apartment's parking lot being like, "Finally!"
That's how rain is in California, though.
Literally, yes. Well,
it rains, and you're like, I can't be mad.
It's either that or people being like, "It's raining." I have immediately forgotten how to drive. I'm gonna crash into something.
Sounds about right.
Like here where it rains all the time, I'm just like, oh my god, it's raining again. Like on the last Tuesday, I think I was walking to work, and I go to work at like 6:45 or something.
Okay.
So I'm walking up to the building, like to go into work, like on the steps into the building, and it just starts pouring. And I'm like, come on! I couldn't wait 1 minute. I get absolutely soaked, and I'm like, god damn it. But luckily, I had a spare shirt in my office, so I didn't worry about it.
Oh, that's good. You guys don't carry umbrellas with you constantly?
No. Well, I mean, other people do. I don't.
Yeah.
Because I lived in California for 2 months.
When I know it's the rainy season, then I'll like do that. Where like, oh, it looks like it might rain, so I might as well just have an umbrella because it's not that inconvenient. But like, normally, no.
Especially if it's one of those tiny ones that like you press the button and it like pops out.
I hate those ones. They break so easily.
Oh, they do.
You like sneeze at them and they break, and you're like, oh, come on. Or you just use them ever.
Yeah.
When I had
look at it funny and it just like collapses.
Yeah.
Definitely. When I had that pinched nerve in my neck, sneezes were the worst part. Because you'd sneeze and it just activated all the muscles in your neck, and you're like, I hate everything right now.
Yeah. I didn't have a pinched nerve, and sneezing still just like.
Worst yet, I think I have a bug bite on my nose.
Oh,
it's the worst.
I know.
Mosquito or something else?
No clue.
No.
Can't see it, obviously.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that during like hot summers, or you just like wake up and suddenly there's like 3 bug bites on your leg, and you're just like, oh, this is fun.
Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
This is why winter's actually great.
Yeah, exactly. Winter best season. Don't at me.
Winter is awesome. We don't really have the concept of snow in California, but
Well, true. you do in like NorCal, maybe not that NorCal, but in like more eastern Northern California, you got snow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a remedy for bug bites?
No.
So this may sound a little extreme, but take a spoon or a knife, something flat and made of metal. Run it under hot water until it's hot to the touch. Press it against the bite. It'll hurt like hell for a few seconds, but the heat kills the enzymes that cause the itching.
Okay. It's not that it itches. It's just like...
red?
No, it's annoying.
Well, that's my remedy, and people look at me like I'm insane, so...
Oh, fair enough.
I have no doubt it works.
Are you insane?
50-50 shot.
I mean, he's a comedian, so I think to some degree, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Definitely. There's I always think of songs that sing about how great a sunny day is. Mm-hmm. Right? Like Walking on Sunshine or whatever. And I always think that only works when it's like 70 degrees outside.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, in like the in like the mid to low 70s, that's great because there's still like enough of a breeze out that you're not like sweltering.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, yeah, anything like once you start approaching the 80s is just like fuck you, son.
Yeah. And then like all the songs about like snow or rainy days or anything are supposed to be sad.
Yeah, I mean, rainy days depend. Like if it's like a thunderstorm out, yeah, I'm not going the fuck outside.
Mm-hmm. But it's always like, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Good. Means I can rewatch The Office again. I don't want people being like, it's a sunny day. You should be outside doing stuff. Fuck you. It's 90.
Yeah.
I'm just over it. Especially because I found a shortcut on my walk to and from work the day before I had to stop walking.
Wait, hold on. Isn't your walk already like hella short?
It's 1.5 miles, yeah. So
and you found a shortcut.
I found a shortcut because it involves walking next to the LA River. Where before there's a gate that from the like riverbank that opens right on the street that I live on. And before, if I was to go through that and like walk along the river, I would just get to a fence eventually. But on one of the side streets that's like parallel to the river, somebody forced open the chain link fence. So you can just walk through that and then start walking along the river.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
That's
so
funny.
You skip like, I don't know, 0.5 mile. So instead of having to go, like I have to go a little bit backwards and then around and then back up. So now I can just go forward across the river and then end up on my usual route. Yeah. It's a good time. I don't know if they've closed it since, before. Since the 2 weeks that I discovered it. So who knows? It might still be there. It might not be.
Godspeed.
Yeah. I think the only way to do it is go on my usual route on Monday and then on the way back and like just see if it's there and then I can start using it on the way back. If so, we'll find out.
I believe in you.
Oh yeah, fair warning. So I'm going to Austin, Texas to see that friend and punch her boyfriend in the face with Katie this week.
A little petty, but I'll take
it. Anyway, so when we would be recording is when we're getting ready to get on a plane. So we're just gonna. There's no regular episode of Nexus at Night this week. I think what I'm going to do is just release one of these Tangents episodes on the main feed. So apologies to you patrons, but we'll try and get something out for you. I think what I'm going to do is I just finished recording the the Vita Premium transition for Spike Brothers, and I'm going to try and finish it by the end of this weekend, and I'll release it a day early for all the patrons this time, just so you have something.
Go to
yeah.
And, I'll like work on the Battle Sister deck profile for real this time.
I still haven't done my Flagbird Aquaforce list after like a month now. I'm terrible.
That's okay.
I need to mess around with new Spike stuff, but I've been...
Also, like, for like future deck profiles and stuff, did you want to record like fight videos for them just so we could like see them in action? I feel like that would be something kind of neat.
It always made more sense to me to like, well, no, I guess we could do like the deck pro. I don't know. Because I'm always thinking to myself, like, is it better to like upload a fight and then the deck or upload the deck then the fight? I'm not sure what people like more.
I think usually it's the way Richard used to do it was he'd do the fight and then people are like, I want to see that. And then you go, here's the deck profile. I feel like if you do the deck profile, when someone's looking for a deck, they'll just Google the clan, right? Come across you, and then they'll move on to the next thing because they usually want to compare. But if someone sees the fight video to begin with, then they get curious about the deck, then it's there.
Yeah.
That's
what I was thinking.
Yeah. That's how he explained it to me anyway. It makes sense though. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to make sense that way. So yeah, I have standard, but I'll work on getting other stuff put together. so I can be part of things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just scheduling is hard. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, scheduling is hard, and also there's only like the 3 of us, so we in order to diversify more, we probably have to start like dragging in other people.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
True.
If we decide to.
You have definitely a lot of friends who play random stuff.
That is true.
Yeah.
Is Omar still playing PBO?
Yeah, although I haven't heard from him in a while in our group chat.
Busy.
Yeah. I'm not really sure.
Maybe he's just busy. Yeah, just because like PBO, I think is actually like back compared to PBD. It was pretty funny.
I haven't seen anybody just play it.
Yeah, and the main's good. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the main is the reason I didn't build it
because of how expensive it was.
Yeah,
makes sense.
I was like, I'm good actually. It sucks. I wanted to build PBO. I think it's cool. I like PBO.
I wonder how expensive it is nowadays.
People bought it out because of other reasons, like premium, I think.
Oh yeah, well, because you can search it with the other Nemen, the V Nemen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like $14.
Yeah,
that's rough.
For like basically a meme deck for me.
Yeah. Plus side, the V Nemen is about $4. So that's fun, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, let's just end it here. I'm gonna go make another cup of coffee because one
Sounds
is
good.
not enough.
I woke up at like 5 today to watch Solemn's segment with Farfa, and then promptly went back to sleep when it was done.
How was that?
It was pretty interesting. Farfa deliberately chose not to learn anything about Vanguard, so there were several where he
Always
just like played himself because he had no idea how the game worked.
That's incredibly funny, but I'm also not shocked at all.
Me neither.
You think Farfa wants to learn how the game works? No.
Yeah, like Solemn even included like the DM like early Duel Monsters level explanation, and Farfa was just like, no, I'm not gonna read that. I think it would be funnier if I just knew absolutely nothing about the game.
I respect Farfa's continued bit of refusing to read. Really, you get peak Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Yep. At one point, one of the cards revealed was like Heritage, and he like fixated on the part where it could like turn cards in the G zone back down, and not the part where it said get an extra turn.
Can you imagine a card in Yu-Gi-Oh that just said get an extra turn?
I mean, there are combos that effectively say that.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
It'd be so cool.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I guess that's also free content whenever Farfa uploads it to his channel.
That's true.
Farfa is a character.
Yeah, he's a weird guy.
I mean, he's a Yu-Gi-Oh player. That's true.
No, but like even for Yu-Gi-Oh players. Well, so I guess thanks all you patrons out there. Thanks Darren, Cole, Josh, and Jeremy for being $10 patrons.
Best.
At Nexus at Night, Twitter, Instagram, you know all that shit. How about the rest of us?
You can find me on Twitter at Wiggum, 2Gs.
You can find me at Plasma Eclipse.
You can find me at Atlas Novak, Twitter, Instagram, or my other podcast at Generation Dan on Twitter, Generation_Dan on Instagram. Caleb, our Zoomer host, recently left because I think he either came to his senses or wanted to focus on music or something. So our new co-host is some kind of time god. His name's Cole. So that's the third generation. We'll see you guys next week. And until then, I was Atlas.
I'm still Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
And have a good night, everybody.